Hey, hello, everybody! Woo! It takes me a little hot second, everybody on screen. Ready, 3, 2, 1, go! And welcome to Painting Happy Little Minis, where we paint, sing, and have some fun. It's a singing show now, I've decided. No, my name is Leona. It's Gretchen and Dave. We're here with Painting Happy Little Minis. We're going to paint, have a good time. I'm going to stop having shenanigans and talking. How is everybody tonight?
It's good.
Yep, doing well.
Shenanigans.
I think you're going to rue the decision to make it a singing show. You've not heard my singing voice.
No.
It's gonna be dangerous.
I'm down. Put it in the chat if you want this to be a singing show.
Excellent.
Just joking.
Say hi to JT, Josh Potter, Dave Hull, James, Josh again? No, just the once. Okay, and Ashlyn. Hello. Oh, Dave Hull says, I guess that means he's not sure if he wants it to be a singing show or not.
He does.
Signed up for minis, but what you didn't know
is it's Minis the Musical.
Minis the Musical.
That's what I've decided.
You know, of all the genres of entertainment,
yeah,
musical is it may not be the bottom of my list, but it's not far from it.
It's like Dave's the bottom of Dave's list. Musicals.
Yep.
Well, you know, every Muppet show needs one straight man. Just
Are you calling me a Muppet?
No, I was calling for the one human, but that's
okay. I thought you were going to say that I was both Stadler and Waldorf.
Nice. I like
fantastic.
This. Also, hello to Jason. Good to see you. Thanks for joining.
Singing, cooking. It's a variety show.
Yeah, that's what Josh Potter says.
Yep.
We've decided it's a variety show.
Awesome.
JT is assembling a happy little mini. Very nice. I like it.
Excellent.
So yeah, let us know what you guys are doing in the chat if you are painting along with us, assembling along with us. Gretchen, what are you planning on working on this evening?
I'm working on my dragon again, and I am going back through and doing a lot of blending so that those bits of flesh are a little more just kind of toned down, and they look like they're like visible through the skin rather than just a change in color.
Gotcha.
I don't know if that explained it right, but
yeah, you had talked about how you wanted it to be sort of translucent.
Yeah, so that's what we're going for here. Did I look up references like I said I would? No. Are we doing it anyway?
Yes.
It's fine. Did you send the pictures to me through Messenger?
Oh, no, I didn't even send them.
Oh, okay. Then no worries. Don't worry about it. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss them. So it's all good. So yes, you embark on another dragon with some, I feel like, Gretchen, your dragons always push you to do something new. Like the one time you did the gems, and then the one time you did like the rainbow watercolor thing, and now you're doing.
That's what dragons mean to me. That's why I'm like,
cool.
Because there's so much canvas to be able to play with things like that.
Yeah.
It's not like something the size of a grain of rice where I'm like, all right, well, if it works, it works.
That's fair. We're looking at you, Infinity Models. And so, Dave, what are you planning on painting this evening?
I didn't get any more work done on the Garadron Overlords that I was painting last week. We'll get into that why a little bit later. But so I'm decided that tonight I'm going to paint this dwarf cleric from the Frameworks set from WizKids.
Oh, that's
very cool.
So yeah, she should be a lot of fun. I usually with these I've basically got to the end of the model and then haven't had time to finish the base on the show. So I have pre-painted the base.
Ah, I like that.
Sneaky. So I'm going to do her. I think I'm going to do silvers for the armor in a sort of classic paladin kind of cleric kind of look. And I'm thinking that her sort of cloak, jacket, fun, flowing rose will be kind of like a bone color and a blue. But I'm just not sure which one to do. Which I might do like the undercloak in blue and then the overcloak in a bone. And then I could do the shield, do the interior of the shield in the blue, which would be a nice sort of balance. But yeah, so it should be fun.
Very cool. I'm excited.
A lot of metal on there as well. So yeah, cool. And what are you working on?
I am going to be working on these standing stones that I was painting last week. I had a bit of an epiphany. I don't really know if it's an actual epiphany, but I'm going to use the word because I like it. I was painting on bricks from the other one that I painted. It's a little hard to see, but I decided that also what's on a standing stone is like moss and vines. So that's what I'm going to paint on these little pieces here.
Okay.
And little flowers.
Very cool.
That's what I decided to give them some diversity. So these are pieces for a board game called Cryptid, which is by Osprey Games, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's a social deduction game. And it's not a social deduction game. It's just a straight deduction game where you have to find the cryptid, where the cryptid lives on the board, basically.
Is it kind of like a cryptid version of Clue?
Correct. Yes. Yep.
So it would be the New Jersey Devil on the turnpike with the severed head.
Almost. Yeah. No, it's
Chupacabra in the desert with a half-eaten baby.
Yeah, it's a little less like
gruesome.
Cool.
Okay.
It's more like, oh, the cryptid lives on this water spot because that's the only thing that could be true with all these conditions. So,
okay, radio.
there's a little less story there. I think they could have taken it farther, but it's a fun game nonetheless. If you really like deduction games, it's just a straight deduction game. So there's no like extra rolling really. It's just all guess. So my family really likes deduction games, so that's why I end up picking them up, because whenever we get together, they're like, let's play.
I really enjoy deduction games, and I once won it was Harry Potter Clue, and I won it so quickly, like less than 10 minutes. It was ridiculous. I was there to win that day. I had my detective cap on.
No, that's fair. I think, like growing up, I actually play a lot of Clue with my siblings who are all younger than, well, not all of them, but most of them are younger than me. And so I think they grew up with playing a lot of deduction games because I would make them play all the time. Which is funny. Oh, Jason's saying chupacabras go after goats and dingoes go after babies. Oh my.
Dingo ate my baby. Fun fact, Jason. Fun fact.
Did that end up being true? Didn't she get? There was
she was convicted, then later she was cleared.
Yeah.
But I was actually at Uluru with my family 2 weeks before that happened. In 1980. We were there,
goodness.
Middle of Australia, camping. 2 weeks before that happened. We were
wow.
There. So yes. Thankfully, I was a very large baby at the time, about 7 years old, but would have taken a pack of dingoes to carry me off. But yes. But yes, I did completely forget that chupacabras go after goats.
They just suck the goat's blood. It's fine.
Okay.
Josh Potter says, tonight I am practicing my life skills, aka doing chores. I can appreciate that.
Fantastic. In a couple of minutes, you will hear a ding. That will be the dryer going off, letting me know that the clothes are dry.
One of your life chores is done.
That's a new bonus for this particular Thursday night. Normally I do it on Sundays, but you know, it's been a week.
It's been a week. And you were busy this weekend.
I was. Yeah, this weekend I went out to Peoria, Illinois, to the home of Hank Edley, who is the one of the guys who organizes Adepticon.
Nice.
A massive convention that happens in Schaumburg, Illinois every year when it's not shut down by COVID. But basically, yes, we went out there. There's a group of us who've been going out for the past, I was going to say the past few years, but we skipped 2021. We go out in January. We've been labeled Spray Team. It's basically a group of people from across the country who can wield airbrushes and paint terrain and do that kind of thing. So the first time we did it, we painted I think there were about a dozen of us, and we painted about 40 tables worth of 40K terrain.
Okay.
In a weekend. Then last time we went out, 2020, January 2020, just before everything locked down. And we painted a whole bunch of Warcry terrain. We painted some Marvel Crisis Protocol terrain.
I feel like you painted a lot, right, on 2020?
Yeah.
I just remember the pictures, and it was like, oh, yeah, and here's the garage, and that's all the terrain we did.
Yeah. I think there were about 14 people that year.
Okay, yeah.
This year that we were back to about 10, I think. We all tested before we sort of went and made sure that we're all good, because we're going to be spending all weekend in a garage together in freezing temperatures outside. Thankfully, it was nice and warm inside.
Okay. I was like, wait, they don't have an insulated garage.
No, they do, and there were heaters going, and
okay.
But yeah, so it was good. But we painted, I think we painted 32 tables worth of Marvel Crisis Protocol terrain, which is pretty intense terrain. There's a lot of details on it. The large areas are pretty easy to work with, to get sort of mass color on. Oh, let's not show this one first.
Oh,
sorry.
Not this one?
Not that one.
How about this one?
Okay, we can show this one. So yeah,
sorry.
my buddy Tim painted up this. This is the from the Cosmic Terrain set from Marvel Crisis Protocol. And
Did you send it to me in the way you wanted me to show it?
No, I just sent them to you randomly. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay.
I shouldn't have done that. It's all my fault.
No, it's all good. Because I'm like, oh, well, you could tell me. And then I'm like, no, they're not numbered properly.
No, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
So yeah, there's this one. There are 2 tables worth of this one. But I think Tim painted these beforehand before he arrived. So he was like, they sent it to him and he brought it back painted. But yeah, what's the next one you've got?
This is...
Oh, cool. Okay. So yeah, of course we had to take photos with painted minis on there too. So you can see there's like a dump truck there, or a trash truck.
This one?
Yep. The Hulk's about to pick up that car and throw it. Right, standing on top of a coffee shop. Yep. And there's a couple of great New York / Baltimore style row homes behind it. It was kind of funny, like when I got there, 2 of the other guys had already started working on some of those, and they had 2 different colors going.
Yeah.
One was sort of a deep red, almost brown kind of look, dark brown, and the other one was a lighter brown. And I was like, well, where's your red brick? As somebody who comes from the East Coast, I've got to tell you, red brick abounds.
You know, I've
And
never
so
thought about that till this exact moment that you've said it.
We love our red brick.
we love our red brick. So yeah, I had to make sure that we painted a bunch of them red.
That's awesome.
Well, with the red brick, so it's that
Yeah.
deep orange color there. That was pretty cool. But yeah, you can see how detailed the pieces are as well. Yeah. Sorry, Jason says if you have terrain to paint and if you can find them, maybe you can hire. Dun, 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 dun. So yes, and damage control vehicles. Actually, I think maybe the next one is the next one. Nope, that's a longer shot.
A wider shot. Oh, sorry.
Probably the next one then. So there's one of the kits that you can get is it's a dual kit. You can build it either as the Oscorp tanker, or that trash truck has I think it's the damage control logo on the side. So damage control are the folks who clean up after the superheroes make a bit of a mess, essentially. So if somebody, if some some villain turns up or some alien force, and superheroes have to destroy half of New York to kill them, damage control are the people who come in afterwards and tidy up.
That is not a job I would want to have. Can you imagine dealing with the customer service side of that?
That would be ridiculous. I would not enjoy it at all. But
Worst job
there were
ever.
38 trucks were done. Were painted. So there were 2 guys on trucks. But yeah, so I think they painted 19 of the trash trucks and 19 Oscorp tankers, which was super cool. And was there another photo?
Very nice. We have that last one.
Okay, the last one, which was the first one. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is that okay?
Yeah, we can go back to that now. Sorry. So I think we painted about 20 apartment buildings or so, and then we painted 4 of these.
Wow.
So it took us about 3 of us working on it.
It's really cool.
Took us about 12 hours for the 3 of us to do 4 of them. So
wow.
It was kind of funny because we were all sitting there going, I think I've got this idea. I've got this idea for this, or I've got this idea for that. And I was like, well, we've got 4 of them. How about we all practice with our ideas? And so somebody started on the concrete around the foundation first. And the other guy started on the bricks and the windows, the lighting inside the windows. And then I started on the roof. So... and then we switched.
Oh, very cool. I like that.
But
yeah, I really like some of the harsher shading on the building because it really gives it that comic book feel.
Yeah, it definitely has
really
that.
Cool.
We found out with that touch of just like a smidge of illustration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I just noticed somebody said, just keep trucking with mini painting. Hi, Sumki.
Hello. Welcome.
But yeah, the fun part was that when you're doing a lot of things, all assembly line, it's kind of important to know how many of them you've got to do. So all of those windows on there, I don't know if you can zoom in.
Yes, I can.
So you might be able to see that we didn't paint what are called the mullions. I didn't know that this weekend, but those cross pieces.
Oh, the window panes.
To separate the window panes are called mullions.
Huh.
So we thought, okay, we'll spray them all like this. We'll get that nice sort of fade as if there's like that sort of yellow lighting coming from the ceiling in each floor. And then we'll go and paint those. And I painted all of the mullions on the front of one of the 4 sanctums, and it took probably close to an hour
Yeah.
to make that. So it would have taken another 15 hours, or if 3 of us working on it at my pace would have taken us another 5 hours.
Yeah.
So that's where we made the executive decision to not paint those and instead work on a different piece of terrain. So
Yeah.
that was kind of the last decision that we made. But from a distance,
I think it works.
Yeah, I think it works as well. But it's just one of those things that and also because there's so much detail on the rest of the model.
Yeah.
You don't focus on the windows. Another fun part, if you can, I don't know if you can zoom in on that sort of big purple eye in the roof.
This one?
Yep. So I went through and I airbrushed that. So it was all black, airbrushed it purple, airbrushed it, sort of mixed in some magenta, and then airbrushed some magenta, and then mixed a little bit of white into the magenta, and then went for it. So everything was going nice and smoothly right up until that point. And then when I went to spray the white, I got like a splatter.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to have to go back and do it all. But then it was like, oh, this looks like kind of like a nebula kind of thing.
Yeah.
With
It does.
little white dots, and it was like a nice happy accident. And then I thought, okay, now I have to replicate that splatter on the other 3.
3 times.
But thankfully, it was it wasn't the way that I'd pulled the trigger. It was the paint was like clogging a little bit in the airbrush, so I was able to go and get a splatter on the other 3 as well.
That's amazing.
They all have that wonderful nebula kind of look. And then of course went back and painted that brass over the top.
Yeah, it's interesting with the way that the picture captured it. I actually thought it was a shimmer paint or something that you were using, but that's actually really cool that it's just the splatter.
Yeah,
because it does really look like some sort of reflective sort of space type thing.
Yeah,
or even just antiqued.
That's a good point.
Yep.
It's a nice building.
It's a very nice
building. It was a lot of fun to work on. So
because you don't usually do big terrain pieces like that.
No, there was it was basically save that sort of thing for spray team.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, it's great to sort of be able to work with a group of other people who each have their ideas. They've got different ideas. Like initially, so it was myself, Nathan, and Joe working on those buildings, and I was like, well, I think we should do this for the bricks and this for the roof. And they were like, I'm not so sure about that roof idea. And I was like, trust me, it's going to be fine. And Nathan was like, we should do the eye purple. I was like, I think that's going to look terrible. I don't think we should do the eye purple. And then and Joe was like, we should do the windows like this yellow with a fade to orange. And I was like, I don't think that's going to work either. But when we tested it and we showed each other the work, we were all like, oh yeah, this is going to work. So it was really a nice collaborative effort, which is something you can only really do when you've got a bunch of people sitting around in a garage for 2.5 days.
Hours, yeah.
Hours and hours and hours. It's one of those things. Like we arrived at about 4:00 on the Friday afternoon, and I think we left. We put our brushes down at around. Oh, we stopped for dinner, but otherwise we put our brushes down at around 12:30.
Oh my goodness! Wow. And
then we were back out there at like 10 a.m. the next day, and went until about midnight on the Saturday.
Yeah.
And then my flights were delayed, and which meant that the flight back from Chicago to Baltimore, I would have missed that. So we went, we'll just rebook for tomorrow. And then went back, did some more painting. And then,
yes, happy little accident.
Happy little accident, exactly. We got a bunch more done. But then, the next day, well, the flight from Peoria to Chicago again was delayed, which would have meant that we were going to miss our flight from Chicago to Baltimore.
Oh my goodness.
And they're like, we can rebook you for tomorrow. And I was like, no, that's already happened one day.
You're like, big surprise. I don't want to still stay in Peoria.
I mean, Peoria is a nice town, but
Not because I don't like my friends, but because I don't want to stay in your airport.
because I love my family.
Yeah.
I would be so mad. I'd be like, no. At least set me up at a nice hotel.
Yeah.
Like,
No, they were good. The people at Peoria Airport were wonderful and super helpful. And when we said, oh well, there's an American Airlines flight at 8:20, they were like, oh okay, well let's just switch you to that. Here's your boarding pass. It was essentially that easy.
Oh, that's good.
But no, they were very pleasant. Everything was good. I think that's why I didn't blow up at them. I just expressed concern.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
And they were very helpful.
So, I was gonna say with the painting that you guys did for that building, it's interesting how like the purple and the yellow actually help again bring it to that comic book. Like those are really comic booky colors. So there's something really fun about them. That's pretty different than maybe other terrain that you'd see on the.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of very sharp edges on it, on those buildings, and it definitely lends itself to that kind of approach. On the one of the things that the guys did on the apartment buildings, the row houses, is in the windows. So we painted those windows blue. They originally we sort of blacked them in and then hit them with a spritz of blue paint.
These ones?
If you're able to zoom in on those. So those, what do you call it? On the windows, they just hit with, like, I'll hold that up close, but like weathering pencils. You can get like white weathering pencils.
That's cool.
And so that's just a little like comic book flair of a little line on each pane, which gives it that sort of reflective glint.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely a lot of fun with that. Pretty
different than like Warcry.
Yeah, the Warcry stuff is a lot more sort of organic and broken, and there's a lot of softer sort of elements to it, while at the same time being more brutal.
Also, real quick, I just wanted to say hello to Sean and also Gary. Thanks for joining. Sean says, that's a game that I want to get into, but I have too many. And Dave Hummel echoes that, no more models. I already have too many models, far too many games already, but I want them. And I agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
Desire is fine. Don't feel bad about desiring them. No, I know exactly what you mean. That's one of the other cool things about doing it like a group activity like that, is that you can be involved in working on them and you can be part of creating something really cool, but you don't have to purchase them or own them or store them. So if you have a gaming group and somebody really wants to get heavily into Marvel Crisis Protocol, you can facilitate that by helping paint their stuff. And then you get to scratch that itch, and then you get to go around their place and play Marvel Crisis Protocol.
I like that.
And they get to come around your place and play 40K or whatever it happens to be.
Have you played Marvel Crisis Protocol, Dave?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not. But I did find out that that one of the things about the terrain in the game is that it can pretty much all be thrown.
Oh my goodness.
So a big part of the game is to pick up a piece of terrain and throw it at somebody. So there was Hulk about to pick up that car and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And because
I guess you could pick up the coffee shop if you wanted.
Well, the fun part is like those row homes and the sanctum, like each of the pieces of terrain has a number on the bottom.
Oh.
So I guess like a pile of trash cans or something like that, a dumpster might be like size 1.
Mm-hmm.
those row homes in the Sanctum are size 5. And there's actually a specific rule that says, like, the Hulk and She-Hulk, if they're working together, can lift a building.
Oh my goodness.
And drop a building on someone. But only those two. They're apparently the only two that at the moment that can do it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
we had a good conversation about that at Spray Team.
That's so funny. I would feel like maybe Doctor Strange could move a building, but I don't know.
I think
I feel like Doctor Strange would have a moral dilemma about moving a building because what if there are people still in it?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Whereas Hulk seems like a throw building now, think about it later kind of person.
Or maybe not even think about it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Just throw a building.
Yeah.
No, I think so. We were like, oh, what about Thanos? Can Thanos do it? What if he's got the Power Stone? Maybe he could do it then. I would like to see like Hulk and Hulkbuster could do it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That makes sense.
But
also, I wanted to say hi to Timothy Bowers and the rest of the Bowers. Hello. Thank you.
Hey, Bowers.
Hello, all the Bowers.
Excellent.
And Gary says he's working on some building for bolt action and Gaslands in 20 minutes.
Oh, cool. 20 millimeter.
20 millimeter. Oh my gosh. What a noob.
Noob. 20 millimeter is like 1/72nd scale.
Gotcha. Okay.
So just a bit smaller than 1/64th. But check this out. I have a car. that may one day.
Speaking of Gaslands.
Speaking of Gaslands, exactly. So I think it's going to make a very cool Gaslands car, or at least Mad Max car. But yeah, excellent.
Jason says Doctor Strange let Thanos win for a 1 in 4 million chance of winning moral dilemma.
Yeah. Excellent. But yes, that's why I didn't get much painted this week. Didn't get much,
yeah, that's fair.
Got back like midnight Monday. But, there we go. And I've spent the rest of the week scrambling to make sure that everything's going smoothly with the fulfillment of, or the pre-stages of fulfillment for the Art of books.
Right.
So I found that, discovered that when it's not Christmas, books can move incredibly quickly across the European Union. So,
Who knew?
Who knew? When it's Christmas, it's like 2.5 weeks.
Gotcha.
Get from Lithuania to the UK. But when it's not Christmas, it's like 5 days.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny. They're like, we don't have anything to ship now.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just been a bunch of work for that, which is nice. And I've been doing some more work on the Decorating Dungeons book.
Yeah, how's that coming along?
Going well. I forgot to bring so I painted a whole bunch of cool tiles, but I forgot to bring them over, so I'll have to show them next week.
Okay.
It gives us something to look forward to next week.
It does. But yeah, I'll be going to Jeff's place tomorrow and hopefully doing the cover shoot.
Oh,
ooh, that's exciting.
It is very exciting. I think we're about 4 weeks away from launching the Kickstarter on it.
Oh wow, I didn't realize it was like that close.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize it was that close. Like crunch time. It's kind of like I have maybe like 3 or 4 more days before I get to decide. Too soon.
Yeah.
Otherwise, locked in. But no, we'll be fine. We've got a lot done already. Just have to do all the fun stuff. And by fun, I mean the tedious, behind the scenes stuff. And we'll get it done.
Like a cover shoot.
Cover shoot. That's an exciting part, actually. That's not tedious at all. That's fun. Oh, that's what I can do. Like,
Josh Potter says decorating dungeons sounds like an underground publication to me. Ha, 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 ha.
I feel
oh,
like, you know what that is? I feel like it sounds like an HGTV show for nerds.
for sure.
Like when you go around and
I
you're like,
love that.
Yep.
they'd be like, I'm Gretchen, and this is and I'd have like my brother or something, and he'd be like the guy in overall, like, you know, it's always like the one really peppy girl who's like, I'm the
Yes.
decorator, and the other one's like, I tear stuff down,
And I smash.
and together we're decorating dungeons.
Oh my gosh, your cat.
He likes the show pitch.
Yeah.
And we just go around to people's basements, making them like nerdy and
I like
decorative. Like, what's your fandom? Oh, you like Lord of the Rings? Boom. Your dungeon is decorated.
It's now Dolgodur.
Oh, you like mini painting? Bam. Now we have it like all set up with all, like, I just feel like that was my pitch. Hire me, HGTV. See, JT, I'd kickstart that.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds like a plan.
It's my
It's
baby.
My
It'd
face.
be like, it's like the same vibe. Like,
It's
you
true.
know, you get like a wet bar next to your mini painting setup, and
but
Yep.
not too close, or then you'll dip in the. You're like, not my wet bar.
Eric the Druid and Megan the Orc have a budget of 500 gold, and they want to do their Hobbit and Ranch style home. Okay, but they have to have like an obscene budget that be like really awkward. Like, he juggles cabbages on the street corner for change, and she's an adventurer, like freelance adventurer in the Shire. Like,
Yep. It'd be one of those things as well.
1 million gold balloon budget.
But you'd have one of those things where we're like halfway through. It's like, okay, well, this dungeon is going to collapse if we put another like crocodile infested pit trap in it.
Oh yeah, we'd have to be like, okay, now we gotta talk to the owners.
We're going to need to reinforce it. Bad news. We're going to need to increase the budget by 8,000 gold. And then you can have like half an hour of them going like an adventuring to find the gold and like get the XP and then have them come back.
Oh my god!
How awesome would that be?
That would be so awesome. See, it's just brilliant ideas. Brilliant ideas.
Who do we know in TV?
Exactly. We
Apart
need.
from us.
Well, I need someone who can break things. Like, I can be a peppy, decorative person, but I would need someone who could help me smash walls and also know how to build them again when they're smashed. Because otherwise, all of my building ability is from high school when I was in tech theater, and I'm pretty sure that's not it'll look nice, but it would not be the code.
They're not structurally sound. As someone who also built theater sets, we're like, you have to lower the railings because they look weird on stage, but then they're totally not safe.
I knocked down the invisible railing. I knocked down in high school. I knocked down the invisible railing. We were doing a production of Anything Goes, which takes place on a cruise ship. And so they made a cruise ship and it had railing. And the day we came in, the director, Mr. McShay, goes, "Do you see that railing?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he goes, "No, you don't." And on opening night, I was shoved into the railing and it fell. And I almost fell with it. But the girl below me on the staircase, like, magically just like, I guess, sensed like spider senses, and she spun around and caught me and held me the entirety of the song.
Yeah.
Okay, we found an ancient crypt while expanding the cellar and had to bring in a priest for an exorcism. That'll push us over budget. Excellent. But it's okay because I found some stuff that we could repurpose at our local flea market.
Yeah, exactly. That's so good. I like this.
I think we'd totally do that.
I think we could. I think we could make it happen. Who do I pitch this to? Find me someone who can build things. Um,
Honestly, I feel like you could like email the Critical Role team and they would totally
Yeah.
it.
Well, maybe we can talk to Jason Acevedo from Realmsmith TV.
Oh, there we go.
yeah.
He's doing some big crazy stuff at the moment.
Oh, for real?
Well, yeah, he's doing working with a whole bunch of role players,
Gotcha.
including Matthew Lilliard and Satine Phoenix.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, I would love to do any kind of show with Matthew. He just seems so much fun.
Yeah,
He's so fun.
Absolutely crazy.
Like, just going to say, I like how all of y'all are like, just ask Critical Role. Like, I have like their number just hanging out. And I
Yeah.
go, hey guys.
Well, when we say just ask them, it's like we send them Facebook messages
Just over and over again.
on their official thing and say,
We
hey,
just send them, pings on social media.
See, the last time I had a really good idea, though, it was the Muppets D&D, and then that's now happened.
Oh, yeah.
It did?
Leona remembers this because I was like, Leona,
Someone stole our idea.
we need to do this.
We needed to copyright that.
And it happened without us. Just the other.
Ooh. But yeah. But I think if we talk to Jason and pitch it more like a that we could do like a series of parody shows.
Oh my gosh.
Because there's only so many times you could keep coming back to the.
That's true.
Well,
that is fair.
But yeah, there'd be a whole bunch of them. We could do like a love it or list it kind of thing.
He wants to stay in her dungeon. He thinks they should move out and expand to the mountainside. We're going to prove that you can have a mountain of treasure in your dungeon at home.
Yep, exactly. Scripts write themselves, right?
It really does.
Yep.
All it is they bring a dragon and shove it in there, and they're like, this is fine. You wanted it to feel more like the mountains, so we got you a dragon.
Yeah.
It was all of our budget.
But I think if they were to if you put the dragon underneath, like, or you put a large copper kettle up above the dragon with pipes that lead off, you can heat the entire dungeon.
Oh,
yeah.
Just every now and again, you get the
I
dragon
would
to breathe on it.
at least once to have a live, laugh, love sign just plopped up there.
Yep. That would be
like just right above like some kind of trap or something.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly though, all these are wonderful ideas for our the Kickstarter video.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you should.
We'll have to see.
I am just a fountain of shenanigans.
Shenanigan ideas.
Yeah.
Which is good because everybody knows that I have no whimsy. So
I have all the whimsy for you.
Excellent.
Location catering craft services by Garister's Bistro.
This keeps getting better.
Just every single time that we have a moment, we just shoehorn in there.
Yeah, Dave, I think you need to tell Jeff about the bistro so that you can put it in your book.
We can put it in the book.
Be like, hey,
I know this a bistro for the book. No one do that. Is there not like a secret Easter egg somewhere with it?
I know, I'm just joking with you, but like you have to be like, so everybody, is building a bistro. A fantasy bistro. So that definitely should be a chapter in our book.
I think what we can do, like one of the things that we've been talking about for for stretch goals and that sort of thing have been like one-shot adventures. And then we can like in that one shot, like a PDF that we do for it, we can have a dungeon layout, which would be really cool.
There you go.
But what we can do is one of them can be like, okay, you enter the hallway. Do you look left or right? Well, we look to our left. Okay, well, there's a large door, heavy oak door. It looks like it's barred, and above it, in molding script, is Garistro's Bistro.
Hey.
Well, we tried the door. It's locked.
But it's locked.
But it smells so good.
It smells so good. But as you wipe away some of the mold, you see that there are the hours. And unfortunately, it is closed for today. You'll have to come back tomorrow.
I like that.
Oh, okay, we'll turn right and go the other way down the hall.
Yeah. I like that.
We'll put it in there. We'll put Greasero's Bistro in one of the adventures. It'll be fun. But yeah, that'd be cool.
You really don't have to, but
Oh no, he really does.
oh, okay.
I know I don't have to. That's why I will.
I see.
Gotta live a little. Gotta have a little fun. Gotta eat a little evil panini. Like,
Evil panini?
That's what I imagine is sold at Grease.
Oh, the evil panini.
An evil panini. Yeah, I don't. That sounds right.
Is it evil in that it's eaten by evil people? Or is it evil in that it turns you evil?
That is up to interpretation. The menu does not explain.
Okay. I was gonna ask, like, is it evil because it's like
that you will, if this was an adventure and you walked in and you were like, I would like to try the evil panini, and then you asked those questions, a Greasero would just plop it in front of you and it would make a plopping sound and just give it to you. There would be no
and then I'd be able to go, oh, it's evil because it's actually peanut butter and pickles.
Oh.
In a panini.
Panini.
I thought this was going to be a Cuban.
Evil panini.
No.
Oh, now I want to
keep more things.
Yeah, you want a Cuban? Me too.
I love Cuban sandwiches.
Yeah. Sorry.
I feel like everything on the menu has to be like slightly off by some way, except for like one thing.
Yeah. The cheesecake.
Delicious.
Absolutely delicious. Perfectly fine. Strawberry cheesecake.
Perfectly normal. That's what it is on the menu too. Perfectly normal strawberry cheesecake. That's why no one orders it. It's like absolutely not. But it is. It's a perfectly normal strawberry cheesecake.
Yeah. That's funny. Sorry, so Dave Hummel said, this Space Wolf Marine wants to trade his one-person cell at the chapter keep for a beachside. He has no budget. Will someone do the electrical work? Fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like the Space Marine themed home improvement show would be a little different, right? Different vibe.
No, it's totally normal, played completely normal, and then at the very end, someone's like, "Hey, this is my house."
Yeah, we could do that.
Or there's just things like leading up to it more and more that makes you question whether or not they own the house. Like.
Yep. Well, there are photos on the wall, but none of them are of Space Marines.
Yeah, and you question it, and they're just like more and more outlandish stories.
Who are these people? They came in the frame. I thought it was artwork.
My family.
My family. My vast family.
We could get Drew Carrington to play the Space Marine because he has the armor.
There we go.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
Fantastic.
I forgot he has that.
This idea is rolling.
That's what I'm here for.
Awesome.
Josh. The character will have a mildly overwhelming craving for it and may become distracted by thoughts of the evil cannoli at inopportune moments.
Man. Cannoli.
Evil cannoli. Not the
Is it Jello or a baby gelatinous cube?
That's funny. I like that.
I don't know, but it's listed under suspicious parfait. Suspicious or delicious? Who knows?
All of the above.
I need to make a menu now. Really bad.
For Greab Bistro, yeah.
Yep.
I didn't realize we had to make a menu, but you're right, we do.
We do, and then we need to make it, obviously. That's part of the variety show, right?
Oh, yeah.
New merch for painting.
That's a really interesting merch.
Called Greaser's Bistro.
Fantastic. I'll get to work on designing that. We'll have our...
Do you eat it or does it eat you?
That depends on your role, obviously. Yeah. Roll for a constitution.
Yep. She's coming along.
My mouse. Where's my mouse? There it is. You're adding some
roll for
milk.
Okay. Yes.
Can you imagine if you went into a restaurant and someone was just like, wham, and it's just dice on a plate?
That'd be great. So, you can't quite see it. Well, there we go. That one's a little bit darker. So that's kind of the idea for the color.
Nice.
So I drew this up, sent a picture to Jeff, and we'll see how things go tomorrow morning.
Nice.
Photos.
I'm excited. I really like the
logo?
tremendous tome, like calligraphy type thing. Yeah.
That's what it says at the top.
What does it say?
Mrs. Hall and Taylor presents.
Ah! I love that.
Just a goofy little thing. Goofy.
That's so cool.
But yeah, fun. And
yeah, I like how that's all coming together.
I think we're kind of taking a very different approach with this model. I'm doing lots of base coats first, whereas normally I'd go through like base coat, shade, highlight.
Okay.
Or highlight, whatever it might happen to be.
But instead, you're just doing all base coats.
Just feeling compelled to do all the base coats first. I think it was because the model's got a lot of layers, and at the same time, it's like I really want to work on the silver, but the silver's in like the mid layer.
Oh, that's interesting.
And there's a bit of on the top one and almost top layer, and just a lot of stuff in different places. It's a very detailed model, very intricate. So,
well, and like, wouldn't the silver normally be the highlight color?
Yeah, or the top color.
The top color.
I think for plate armor, I've got a whole bunch of minis just in front here. One of the things that Jeff and I have been talking about in different ranges for which make cool like adventurer models, and the Song of Ice and Fire minis are fantastic. Yeah. Like if you just wanted to have human models, for days, that's the one to check out. If you check out some of the hero sets, you know, a lot of bit more variety. Obviously, you don't end up with a whole bunch of soldiers, but so.
Oh yeah.
The Brienne of Tarth model.
Right.
But obviously, the silver is sort of front and center on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And the blue, I think the blue is really cool. But then there are like the Stormcrow mercenaries, which make great sort of fighters or rangers.
Oh yeah.
Some of the knights from the Baratheons make great paladins as well.
Yeah, they have really dynamic poses.
Yeah.
In them.
Well, having said that, some of the others I'm going to show in a minute don't have that.
Oh no!
But they're the non-combat units.
Yeah, I was gonna say the one that's like, what's her face? Stark. She's just like standing there.
Catelyn Stark.
Catelyn, yeah.
Yep. And Sansa Stark.
And Sansa, yeah. I was thinking of Sansa. She's just kind of like. Similar to her character in the book.
That's one of the free folk.
Oh, nice.
Models. Could be a great sort of Northern Wastes barbarian.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Doing the dual wielding. This is, I can't remember his name, but he's one of the
Sassy.
he's sassy. But he I think this guy would be a cool bard or illusionist.
True.
Pretty nifty. This guy would be I think it'd be a very cool what do you call it? Oh, mine's something like a cleric.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or perhaps a wizard.
A wizard. Actually, yeah, he could be a wizard.
Wizard. That's I think this is the Denarius model.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she could be a number of different things.
Very cool.
And this one is one of the free folk characters. But she's got that skull and the bones there. I think she would be a
warlock or a necromancer.
She would be a warlock or a necromancer. I was thinking maybe a druid.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah. And then this one's super cool. I can't remember where she's from, but just would be an awesome rogue.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
Yeah. So yeah. Very nice.
Excited to see them.
Yep. So just checking the chat, Dave Hummel says, all I hear from that model, Dave, is that yelling, I have a book. I can read.
I can read.
Yeah. Nice. Sorry, I just noticed that Jane said he's super tired from getting over COVID.
Oh, I hope you feel better.
Yeah, I hope you feel better soon. And you get some energy back. But yeah, stay well.
Thanks for joining us.
And Sean says, dual wielding like a ranger. Yeah, I think that model could be a ranger too. Could be neat. But yeah, if you got some idea for a human model, that's a great range to check out. Lots of cool things. And yeah, so for a lot of those, it was like, I'm not going to look at how they're painted for the game for A Song of Ice and Fire. I'm just going to paint them how I want to paint them.
They're good minis.
Yeah. So, all worked out pretty well. But yeah. Now I just have to find some dwarves and elves and half-orcs and
That's I prefer.
dragonborn and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Well, it is 8 o'clock. Would you guys like to look at some minis from the group?
Sure.
Yeah.
Do that.
Okie dokie.
Do we have as many as we had last week?
We do. We have a decent amount.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So,
That means I'll be able to come back to finish painting this model next week.
So yeah, we're going to take a moment to look at the miniatures that people submitted. We have 3 that were from last week that we didn't get to look at. So I wanted to make sure we talked about them just a second. And then we'll get on to the minis that people posted this week in the Facebook group. And if we don't get to your mini, it's not because we don't want to look at it. It's just because we try and keep it around 20 models. But I will save it for next week in case we don't get to look at it. So,
yep.
That just means more people are giving us cool minis to look at.
Indeed.
It's true. Yeah, it's been really fun to see everybody's minis. And if you're not checking the group that often, definitely give it a look-see because people post pretty regularly with the projects that they're working on, and there's some really awesome stuff going on in the group. So,
yep.
This is from last week, but Thomas painted up a couple trolls for Wrath of Asherdalon board game. The Wrath of Asherdalon.
Very cool. These have got that wonderful and the head is that classic sort of troll sort of shape.
Pointy, yeah.
And that warty kind of look. We just sort of continued out there onto the thing. I love the colors for that Thomas has gone with these. of all these. The having that sort of magenta, purplish magenta undertone.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Gives it
looks
a very
really cool.
bruised feel.
It does, yeah. It adds a lot of dimension to the flesh. Yeah, I think it's done a fantastic job on that. And yeah, particularly loving the arm wrappings as well on the guy on the left. But yeah, looking great, Thomas. Looking excellent. Well done. Oh, Timothy Bowers and a Vault Dweller from the Fallout board game. Very cool. Who does the board game? I don't know who does. Is it? I know Modifius do the miniatures game, and I think an RPG game.
Is it Steamforged?
I'm not sure. Is it? I'm
We're
confused.
about to find out.
Somebody let us know.
We have the internet.
We do, but we also have.
Oh, there's one by FFG.
Oh, okay, radio. Yep, that could be this then.
Yeah, it's Fantasy Flight.
Cool. Yep. Excellent. No, looking good, Timothy. I think I like that you've gone in there, and Gretchen's going to enjoy this as well. Painted the eyebrows.
Completes the face.
It does.
I would go so far as to say eyebrows are more important than eyes on very small minis.
This is true. This is true.
That's true.
But I think no, fantastic job there. I think I love the leather straps as well. They're looking really good. And I love that the like the yellow on the uniform isn't a bright garish yellow. It's a dirty yellow, which is what you'd expect after dwelling in a vault for a certain amount of time. Wouldn't have a lot of well, you might have like washer and dryer down there, but eventually it's going to fade. But I figure you don't have more than like 4 or 5 of these jumpsuits. But no, excellent work, Timothy. Looks great. Tony Pullen. Something someone gave me, my first of 2020 and my first in like 1,000 years. This is a plastic Chaos Dwarf miniature from the late 90s from Games Workshop. There was they did a little box set with like 5 or 10 of these in it, all the same pose. But the Chaos Dwarves had a very sort of Persian, Mesopotamian sort of influence, in those coiled beards. But for some inexplicable reason, they all had incredibly tall hats. And nobody knows exactly why. But when they entered the Warhammer universe, it was about the same time as the gnomes disappeared. So my theory has always been that there's a gnome inside the hats holding them up. But no, Tony, I'm glad you're getting back into painting, and yeah, would have been a fun model to jump back in with. Love the gold detailing you've done on top of the silver. Very cool.
Josh Potter says maybe they're Assyrian.
Assyrian, yep. I think there's a lot of sort of ancient, a lot of classical ancient cultures with the curled beards or the oiled beards. But yeah,
very cool. All right, so this is from this week.
Cool.
I asked for things that people were working on or had finished, so quite a few of these are just works in progress.
Works in progress, right? Yeah, this is quite cool. I don't recognize the mini, but it looks like a metal
steel bull.
There's a steel bull. Is that what it's called?
I don't know. Actually,
but that's what it looks like to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like a dragon golem.
Oh, okay.
A golem, like a steel golem.
Okay, good, because I was thinking more along dragon type visuals as well, and I was like, maybe I just am not seeing things correctly.
No, I think
that's where you get
the
the
fine.
from.
Yeah,
there's an element of bull in there for sure. I think, but no, I think this is looking great. Adam. I love the the blue, that fade that you're going. Oh, that sort of blue smoke that's going out to like black wisps at the end.
Yeah, up
yeah.
specifically like up here.
Yeah.
And a little bit down in here. I also agree. It's very successful.
Yeah, definitely cool. Looking great, Adam. Nice work.
Looks awesome. We have a dice tower for my future son-in-law. I thought this was sweet. I was like, oh, that's such a nice gift. And although it's not a mini, it's still kind of cool to talk about crafting.
Oh, definitely.
And
I mean, I spent 15 minutes earlier talking about scenery, so
yeah.
No, this is definitely cool. I think the I'm very curious to find out how Aya did this, because I think there's a couple of different ways that you could go about that, like having that the black stonework with the fluorescent green in there, and one of them is paint the whole thing fluorescent green first and then stick the black pieces on top of it.
Right.
Or paint the whole thing black, coat it in like a gloss varnish, mix up that fluorescent green or whatever, put it all over it, and then wipe it off the top, the bottom. Or the far more painstaking way to go along and paint in each of those little lines which would have taken forever. But yeah, very nice work there. Looks great.
Yeah, it looks really good. I feel like the wipe off could almost be done on the bottom.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely looks like it there.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm yawning so much. I really don't know what's going on. Dave Hummel says no more yawning. Also, shout out to Timothy. There's an element of bull in most things I say too. And I just laughed at that.
Fantastic.
Thank you for that comment. But yes, I really enjoyed this dice tower. And
looks great. I think your future son-in-law will enjoy it too.
Very spooky.
Treasured indeed.
We have Amy with a really awesome werewolf.
This is almost like with it, like in that setting on that grate of some sort of industrial piece of thing. I don't know whether it's like a sewer setup or what it might be, but that gives it a very cryptid feel.
That's true.
Kind of does, yeah. New cryptid on the market. Werewolf sewer. Sewer werewolf.
Sewer werewolf. Sewer werewolf. Yeah. I think it's awesome. No, I think Amy's done a great job here. It looks fantastic. One of the things that I'm really enjoying is that the red up on the face, particularly on the highest point, is like almost up to orange.
Yeah.
Whereas down below, as you get further down, it basically taking the whole volume of the model and having the highlights sitting up around the top and the shadows down the bottom. It's working really well, rather than doing what a lot of us do most of the time, is put the same highlight colors all the way down the model. So yeah, just giving a really defined look to that head and mane, I guess. Right.
Yeah, it helps put a circle around the eye, like you point you to the eye without you having to be like, here's this white highlight right here.
Yep. No, I think it's fantastic. Great work, Amy.
Ashlyn.
Woohoo! Ashlyn's done some work here, I think. I'm gonna guess this is a canoness, sort of the leader of the army. But yes, looking very cool. I think the Ashlyn's done some great work there on the cloth on the back. So basically the cloak, that red cloak, and then the red draping over the top of the backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Looking very cool there. Love the shading, highlighting. It's all looking very
amazing.
Very regal. But yeah, excellent work, Ashlyn. Very cool. Okay. So it may not be a Canoness. Dave Hummel thinks it's from the 40k Kill Team Chalnath box set, which would make her she'd lead the novitiates.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which would make sense because I think Ashland's been painting those up over the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
But yeah, excellent work there, Dave. Well, for chiming in there. Excellent work. Ashland for the painting.
It's all good. We have Ayumi with a work in progress from Monster Apocalypse.
Yep.
With some awesome eyes.
That's crazy. Those are so super realistic.
Yep. I'm waiting to see what Josh has got to say about the eyes. Oh, there we go. Novitiate Superior. Thank you. Thanks, Dave.
Gotcha.
Mark Maxi's here. Hey, Mark.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, the eyes.
Holy, love those eyes. All right.
Well, it could go that direction, I guess. But I was going to suggest that maybe the eyes have it.
I know. I was going to say that too. Eyes have it. Okay, I was going to put that, yeah. I was going to make that joke on the post, but then I thought, will anybody get this? It's not very funny.
Not very funny. Thanks. Really funny. Thanks. Appreciate it.
No. I think it's funny, but then I thought no one will think it's funny. But I should have just posted it. I was like, the eyes have it. The eyes
not funny.
Yep.
I see you. Oh, hi Jez. Thanks for joining.
Hey Jez.
We're just talking about those minis, but yeah.
I want to think one of the other cool things as well. That some of those other shots down the bottom of Ayumi's post there show that. Just as cheap as creepers would you get those peepers. So yeah, you can see that in the background.
Yeah, she has the
references. Yeah.
References. So yeah, don't be afraid. So and you can see there as well, just referencing shapes.
Oh, true.
Yep, that's a goat eye. It looks like, and then cat eyes, and then a people eye.
Do goats have that rectangular eye?
Yep.
No wonder they're. Yeah,
they're a little.
Excellent. Yep.
Yeah, it's really
very
cool.
Very cool. Yep. Awesome.
Looking forward to seeing the rest of it. Yeah. I feel like if it's Ayumi, she'll put really colorful tentacles. I don't know. I'm just excited.
Yeah. I think with the purples there in the eye, I'm very curious to see where the yellow ends up on that model.
True. Yeah. We have Betsy with several heroes from Lord of the Rings, Journeys in Middle Earth.
Say those are familiar heroes. I know those heroes.
Yeah. So it's
I like this harp that's in light. I mean, I really do like it, but it's the magical harp.
That's the thing. Particularly with that model, you see the light in that whole area, from about 3/4 of the way down the cloak up to the tip of the ear.
Oh yeah, true.
The focal point there, and with Gandalf, I think I mentioned this on the post as well, but she's done a great job here with the volumes again, the places they're going to be then you're going to catch that light from his staff.
Yeah.
Up on the hat there,
and then
all the way down to the knee.
Yeah. That's really cool.
And even on the on Glamdring. So.
Yeah, these look awesome.
It was Glamdring that Gandalf had, wasn't it?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah, it looks fantastic. And I love the little blue tint on Sting there.
Sting.
Excellent.
We have Callie with the deep one, I believe.
I like how wet its face looks, and also how tropical the Cthulhu-esque critters' colors are. Because usually you see grays or very dark blues, very deep ocean vibes. Whereas he looks like I would see him in a coral reef, but I would not notice him.
Cool.
I'd just be scuba diving and I'd be like, oh, the colors are so nice. And then giant eyeball would open up, you know.
and a vibrant sort of magenta pink tentacle would wrap itself around your leg and hold you underwater.
Exactly like that.
All the while you're marveling at the eye. Yeah, you're right. That having that teal there for the water is very interesting.
It's a very nice tropical kind of. He's from the deep ocean, but he's on vacay, and you better hope that you're not also on vacay, because
you're gonna lose your mind.
Yeah, madness. But no, I also love the tentacles that fade on the tentacles. Looks great. Excellent work, Callie. It's awesome.
We have Carl, who just started this monster, and I was thinking a gold and white silver on the clothing, and he was looking for some suggestions in terms of coloring.
Honestly, this reminds me hardcore of like old statues of Zeus.
I think I think this is a storm giant, isn't it? So I wouldn't be surprised, if it's like,
is that the lightning bolt up there?
Yeah,
in his hand?
So.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like completely inspired by Zeus, without doubt.
Has a very Zeus vibe to me. Like, I think the gold and the silver and
go son, go.
Yes. But I think that's great.
So what with something like a shimmering pearlescent clothing, like that loincloth there, what do you think? What sort of shading would you do when you start to work into that? Do you think, Gretchen?
I don't know. I mean, if it's already shimmering and very pearlescent, I would go with very light kind of shading, especially if it's like, if we're sticking with the giant or the Zeusy vibe or the Jupiter vibe, and you want that kind of like otherworldly look to it, then I wouldn't do anything too harsh.
Right. Just keep it nice and soft in there.
Yeah.
For some reason I'm thinking
the chat says pink.
Yeah. I was thinking, like, I gotta say I was thinking pink or purple.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something but yeah, definitely very carefully pushed into that shadow. But yeah, also that would work well against the purple. Sorry, against the gold. But then you could also use that perhaps in the shading on the skin.
Yeah.
Just give it a little bit of an extra depth to go the opposite end of the. There's some warmth in underneath that blue. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, Carl. Looking forward to seeing it finished.
Hopefully those suggestions help get you started, or at least experimenting a little.
Yeah. No, cool work.
We have Chris Cox with this pretty small mini.
So that's so tiny.
It's like a is that a fox or
anthro fox or anthro wolf?
Yeah,
something like that.
Very stylized, very 2000s with the swoop in the color.
Yeah. Now I love that that bright magenta pink. We've seen a lot of magenta tonight.
Yeah, color. You know how they release like a Pantone color for the fashion season every year? Maybe magenta is the fashion miniature painting color for the season.
2022. Yeah.
Yep.
Whatever this year is. Don't get too attached to it.
It's true.
Yeah. No, looking great, Chris. I think very cool job.
We have Daniel with this really cool mini. I love this guy.
Yeah. He looks like he's hanging out. He's vibing.
Can you zoom in a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is that good enough, or you want a little more?
No, that's good. That's good. I'm just getting trying to get a feel. So he's got his arm all the way back.
Yeah.
And that pipe comes down along and rests over his knee, and then comes up. You got that smoke coming out of it.
Yep.
and then he's got a handful of whatever he's smoking in the pipe. Is that what?
Oh,
it
I
is?
thought it was a book. To me, it looks like a book.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I see it.
He's
now.
like flipping the book with his beard.
Well, his hand, he can't drop his pipe to flip through some pages. That's
That's true. That's true. It'd be tough to work that through.
I
But
feel
now,
like
yeah,
he's
now I
got
can see
very
it.
strong, like Tom Bombadil vibes. Like he's
Yeah.
barefoot in the woods with a pipe.
Yep. Only if that hat was green
Um,
and he was wearing yellow boots, it would definitely be Tom Bombadil. But no, looking very cool. I'm liking it. I think the little texture we've got on the smoke there is cool, and I love the that little accent color of the red and the yellow on the pipe wrapping towards the top there.
oops. I agree.
But yeah,
Very successful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great work, Daniel.
I don't want to delete this file.
I don't know.
Delete. What if I just deleted them? I mean, it doesn't matter because they're, Anyway, next.
Glow in the dark spider. That's creepy.
Yep. So
I want to see it glowing in the
arachnophobes
dark.
look away.
Yeah, sorry, arachnophobes, look away.
Too late. Here I
Too
am.
late. Too
That's right.
late. I forgot
The
this was
trigger
the
warning.
next one.
But no, this is looking very cool. I like it. What do you think, Gretchen? What's your favorite
It
part?
looks delightfully creepy. The texture makes me think that it is going to be squishy, like flesh.
Okay.
I don't like that. I mean, not in the sense of like art, just in the sense of you know. But I like the colors. I like the smooth blends of everything. If it glows in the dark, I really want a picture of it in the dark.
I will get that for you.
Oh my gosh, I want to
She
see it.
actually did post it, but I just didn't save it. So
No, if I know it glows in the dark, I gotta see it in the dark.
Awesome. Yep.
Let's see if this just opens it. Please. Okay. Here we go.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's what it
That
looks
doesn't
like.
make it any
in the
less creepy.
No.
It's kind of cool. There's like a concentration right around the body,
Yeah.
the abdomen
cool.
area,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Neat.
Where's the insecticide? Yeah, I get it.
You know, how originally you were thinking that this cleric was, I have a book. It's like,
Yeah.
there's a spider. Hit it with the book.
Boom.
But no, looking very cool. I was gonna say, I think the colors make it feel like it's going to be a little bit fleshy, but the texture gives it a bit more of a. For me, it gives it a bit more of a like a lobster.
No, the texture on the legs,
Resolution.
definitely. But like, have you ever seen a tarantula where like the legs have that, but like the belly of it is just, it's just the squishy. Leona's like, no.
I mean, I know what you're talking about. I just don't like it.
No, I haven't seen I haven't looked at the belly of a tarantula.
Well, Dave.
Good.
The back of
You
it.
should go look at the belly of a I think she nailed it.
It's
Excellent.
time to live.
Great work, fun.
Next, we have Frater Chem.
Fredo Cam. Doing some gene stealers. These gene stealers look awesome.
Yeah, I thought these were particularly lovely.
Yeah, this is a very classic kind of color scheme. And I think these are from the miniatures themselves are from the Space Hulk set that was released in 2009, if I remember correctly. Yep, Dave Holmes just said Space Hulk set after saying Book of Smashing plus 10 debugs.
That's amazing.
But yeah, this is the classic color scheme for Gene Stealers, and I think Freda Kim has done a fantastic work on them. Yeah, definitely. I think the pieces that are up around the side are actually the board tiles from the Space Hulk set.
Oh, nice.
Space Hulk was a very sort of claustrophobic, essentially dungeon crawler.
Oh.
The owed a lot to the sort of the intense claustrophobia of Alien.
Right. Right.
A little bit of Aliens. But yeah, excellent work. They look
Very
fantastic. Love them. And Jeff Bennett. This is a cool model. I haven't seen this one before. Has a bit of a Reaper vibe about it.
Yes, it didn't come with a
description.
with a name, but
who are you, miniature?
I don't know. It's like fantastic sci-fi mini. You got that little.
I feel like this character is like the pilot of the ship or something.
This would be
wind. Dramatic wind. That's important.
Yeah. Yep. And ready to draw that pistol. Yeah. Yeah, it's such a great pose, isn't it? It works really well.
And I like the white of the coat that then fades to this like dirty oil spill almost.
Yeah. You got that definitely sort of dirty edge. And I love that, like, as well in the sculpt, there's the on the left leg on our right hand side has that sort of wrapped gaiter.
Right.
But it's not there on the right, so it's definitely a model that has seen a thing or two.
There's a story to tell.
And is like live to tell the tale, and is super capable. Yeah, excellent work there, Jeff. Really brought out that character in the mini. It's awesome. Mark Maxey suggested it could be a commissar replacement for it would definitely work. All right.
Very nice.
So what's left is to clean up the base. It's a very cool has a very sort of succubus kind of feel to it.
Very seductress.
Yep. Got that pose. And the but yeah, I'm loving that skin.
Oh, it could be a drow almost. Yeah.
A drow. Yep, could be a drow.
Or painted as a drow.
Yep.
I like the brass or copper color against the purple. That's very successful.
Yeah. Yep. It's looking definitely very neat. What did I say? Part of me thinks that it's just
a female store giant from Bones 1.
Oh wow. Okay.
Huh.
The original one. There we go. Aren't you a little short to be a storm giant? But yeah, I would have thought she'd be a bit taller. But you're right. I mean, you see Jeff's
What is it? Dimorphism in different when a species has like a large difference between the male and the females of the species.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Could be that kind of thing. Could be. But no, looking really good. I think part of the one of the things I was going to say is that in this shot, there's just enough gray in that skin that you could also very easily successfully turn that into like a zombie. So
yeah.
Storm giant. Just but yeah, nice work. I think you're absolutely right there, Leona. That copper shoulder pad looks awesome.
Yeah, so I really like the way it was hired. Is her name Stormy? My gosh.
I don't think so.
Jeff.
Yeah.
With this guy, is he from Rising Sun?
Possibly.
Sure.
It does look like the base sort of makes it look like a board game mini, and I think has Jeff been working on Rising Sun?
I feel like maybe off and on. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell.
But yeah, this is looking really good. I'm loving that sort of that greenish blue tint to the skin. Looking very cool. Oh, James is heading out.
Bye, James.
Hi, James.
Also, I wanted to say hi to Chris Gorka. I saw you in the chat. Thanks for joining.
Oh, cool. Excellent.
And JT says, yes, that is one of the Oni, I believe. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it looks like an Oni god.
Yeah.
Or just an Oni.
Very cool. And I love the, I wonder if those are little drums. I think there might be little drums around it.
Yeah, in the background that he like.
That would make sense.
Around. I bet that they look like double-ended drumsticks there. That
Yep.
you'll be spinning them. And,
So yeah, he's able to like spin.
yeah. No, it looks great, and I think the colors there just look awesome. That red on the drum skins is very cool.
Very bright.
Nice work, Jeff. Looks great. Just a storm giant relationship logistics suddenly become eyebrow raising.
Merman.
Yep.
Joel with a work in progress.
Joel, we haven't seen anything from Joel for a little while, but
Yeah.
I love
Look at
how
him.
fishy
Look at him.
of this merman looks.
Yeah.
It has that iridescent, super shiny. Looks like it came straight from a river.
Yep. Definitely. One thing that I would really love to see, and because you're still working on it, you got work in progress there, Joel. I think if you can start to take a little bit of that iridescent sort of green up onto the belly, just into the shadows on the belly there, it would stop the because it's got a little bit of the classic TV or movie kind of mer person thing happening where they have a belt on, so it's very easy to sort of keep them differentiated. Like, here's where the person starts, here's where the fish starts. But if you're able to put that iridescence through, it ties them together well around that belt.
So would you say just the shadow right by the whatever his abdomen shadows are, or would you say bring it up to his arms too?
I don't think I'd take it up as far as the armpits.
Okay.
But up around the sides certainly is
Gotcha.
a good spot for it. But it doesn't need to go too far. And it can be a little bit, because you're working with like an iridescent, like a metallic, and working into a non-metallic color can be a little bit tough.
Gotcha.
So a little bit of experimenting, but you don't need a lot of it there to give that hint. But but I do love the colors you've chosen there. They look very cool.
Yeah, Mark was asking, is that color changing metallics? Maybe Joel can tell us in the group. I don't know the answer to that. It's a little hard to tell sometimes. It might just be the layering that he's done on these to get them to look like that.
Right. It could be. Sadly, it looks like the chat has died on my...
Yeah.
I won't be able to see your chat.
Mine
Sorry.
also died.
It did?
Yep.
Oh.
It's saying my embed link is invalid. Visit the chat settings and grab a new one. We'll do that another time. We just have to trust that Leona...
No. Mine came back. I saw Dave's test.
Oh.
It had popped up a thing saying that it was gone.
Oh, that's so weird.
And it was like, oh, you're going to have to reload everything. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want to press that button because I don't know what that's going to do for the stream.
Not me.
Yeah. It'll just be me on the show.
Awesome.
You didn't miss that much.
Anyway.
We have JT with a deep one from the Unfathomable by FFG.
Yeah. So this, when we were talking about colors before, Gretchen was talking about colors for... Well, now Gretchen's yawning.
This one says roar.
It only happens when I talk.
Ouch.
But no, I think this is the more classic color scheme that we'd expect to see from a Cthulhu themed mini coming up from the sludge, the primordial sludge. But looking good. I am enjoying the change of greens. So it's not like one color. So you got that brighter, more blue green, which is different to the olive green on the underside. But yeah, and I'm loving I think the gloss might be coming from the varnish, but from the wash. Mm-hmm. But I think it really loves a deep one with some gloss varnish on it. Yeah, looking.
He does look like he's
JT.
going in for a hug, Dave.
Give me a hug.
Would you want
Not
to?
a hug you want. No.
Oh, it feels like a slimy hug. You know, I've hugged some sweaty people in my time.
Gretchen's like, I basically hugged a deep one. It's fine.
It's fine. If you've ever hugged a swordsman,
You
know.
Keith David with a really
very cool.
Very
Gold
nice.
I love how colorful that is. It uses pretty much every color in the rainbow in the Roy G. Biv, but not, but all in a cohesive way. There we go.
For anybody who wasn't paying attention, that was a one-handed cat pickup from Gretchen.
He's been popping on. He's been trying to get into my lap the majority of this show. Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed, Dave, but every now and then, like, just a cat paw comes up. And it's like...
I haven't seen that.
Leona's caught it once or twice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
yeah, I think you're exactly right there, Gretchen. You can see some blue-green in the shadows of the sort of around the shoulder there, and also in the lips there. You've got that yellow in the highlights up on the face, going down to that sort of red, orangish red towards the end of the nose and the chin. But yeah, I think it's really done a great job in pulling out all of that, the wrinkled detail there. And, awesome.
Yeah, it looks really amazing.
Nice work, Keith. That's great.
We have Kieran with a great unclean one being repainted to match my knights.
Fantastic. So this guy's huge. Fun?
So many guts.
So many guts. All the guts.
And actually someone else is painting him too. So there's two on.
Two great unclean ones?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the great unclean one is the greater demon of Nurgle, who's all about the pestilence.
Grapefruit of doom. And I guess being unclean.
Yeah. I think one thing that I'm curious about here is like the way that Kieran's gone through with the that sort of monochrome kind of look. I'm curious as to whether his knights, so I'm guessing they're the tall mechanical knights, would be Chaos Knights. If he's done them in the same sort of almost like Sin City kind of approach.
Yeah.
Black, white with the splashes of red, which would look very cool. Or I'm also curious, like, if you were to take an airbrush with some green ink in it and spray it over this, you get a fantastic green. There, the shading's already there. So very curious. Want to see it finish, Kieran. Need to know. I have questions.
You have questions. Also, thanks for joining, JT. Have a good evening.
Oh, bye, JT.
Night.
Stay safe from morning, everybody. Oh, Mark. Fantastic. Mark's in the chat.
Mark.
Awesome. Oh, I wonder if this is one of the. Yes, this might. I think it's one of the chibi style Chaos Warriors.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, Mark's in the chat.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's really great. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I think the OSL work is fantastic. Mark's an awesome painter. He's been painting for a long time and just does beautiful stuff. I love I'm going to just step away from the Chaos Warrior for a minute and the backdrop.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, and pressing on the keyboard.
Right. Dope. It's got that awesome sort of old world fantasy / medieval city vibe going on.
Yeah, I like that this guy is just like in a medieval town.
I think he's striding through. Anybody who runs screaming down the streets towards him, just off with your head. And the destruction feel is like encompassed in the front of that base there, with the pavement coming apart and the pipes being split and all that sort of fun stuff. But yeah, Mark's done an excellent job on this guy.
Mark says, I was worried about the background, the left being raised up and the right just 2D. I think
Right.
it works.
Yeah, I think it looks fine.
Awesome.
I think the only thing, and I'm not sure whether it's the photo doing it or not, but the only thing I would suggest is to so on the left, it looks like you've got some very, very solid, like some deep blacks in there. But on the right,
Oh, like right in here.
and up on the roof as well,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
areas. So maybe popping some of those into the right. You might have them like that already, and it's just a photo.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think it works. Yeah. Definitely cool. Excellent work. Thanks for sharing, Mark.
Yeah, thank you. Looks really cool. We have Michael Gonzalez.
Awesome. Some Adeptus Sororitas models. Looking very cool. We got the one of the penitents there on the left. I think it might be the Arcoflagellants. Get that little whip arm thing on the left and the right, kind of two-armed Doc Ock kind of thing going on. But yeah, looking good. But one of the things that I think my favorite thing on here is the fire in those braids back. You got that done the great job of having the yellow in the middle with the orange, the red, the black as you move further away. It's just so painting it is so counterintuitive to how you normally want to paint something,
right?
With a dark color and highlight up and out. But I think Michael's done a great job there of painting it the way that it would look. Yeah, nice one.
And this will be our last one for this evening.
Okay. Oh, hey, there's your green.
Yep, exactly. So everything else stayed the same, right? Basically, the guts are just like.
So they both had the same colors.
Yeah. But no, it's looking very cool. I think it's there are 3 or 4 different ways that you can equip the model. So there's that sword knife thing that's in his left hand, and there's the other sword held up. So I think they're both actually gone for the same pose and the same equipment. I know that there's a special character, Great Unclean One, that has a particular thing. It might be a bell and a staff or something like that. But,
yeah, I was gonna say, I remember him like holding. I remember a couple other ones. He's like holding something that's like coming down like that.
Yeah. No, I think this is looking good. I'm loving that glossy look, particularly in the guts there. I think the only thing I'd actually make a little suggestion here for Michael is that in the flesh around the wounds.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And around the pustules there, mixing a little bit of just a touch of that same red into the green. Would give you a bit more of that bruised look. So when we were talking about the trolls at the beginning, that would just add a little bit of extra depth, I guess, to the model. I mean, the models have got a lot of those wrinkles and folds as well. So putting them underneath in those areas and those lines across the chest would add to that depth as well. But yeah, coming along nicely, Michael. Gonna be a great centerpiece for your army.
Thank you to everybody who posted in the group. Awesome to see you. Sorry, I lost the train of my thought. And it's always great to see. We do have some more minis, so I will make sure if you posted but didn't see your mini tonight, we'll talk about it next week. We just have a lot of people chatting about their miniatures and what's going on. So make sure you're tuning in throughout the week in our Facebook group, because that's where I ask for people to submit different miniatures. And it's always awesome to see what people are doing and just, talk about it, potentially give you tips. If you want us to specifically give you tips, or if you want Dave and Gretchen to specifically give you tips, make sure you just comment that.
Out. That's
Make sure you just comment that. If you want me to give you tips, I can too. You can specifically ask for that as well.
I think every time someone asks you for a painting tip, you should just list a recipe that you really like.
My painting tips, I think, are more towards like what colors work really well. So if you aren't sure about color, I could give you inspiration because I like crazy colors next to each other. Oh, thanks for joining, Dave. Dave Hummel says, best interactions I've had all day. Work sucked and has made this better. You're welcome. It's always great to have people join and just chat and share and paint along as we can. So it's always a lovely time. Gretchen, what were you able to work on this evening?
I added some, you can see some of that brownie orange to the back of the dragon.
Yeah.
And then there, you can't really see it, but it's on his belly now as well. And then I tried to blend in a lot of that winged bit. So it's a lot more subtle and a lot more natural. And the same with under the wings. So I don't really know what I'm doing with this dragon.
Where he's going, where he's been.
Or where it's going. But the orangey brown and the green seemed like a good idea, so I went with it.
So the orange is on his like fin parts and his belly?
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, that. At first it was pink, and then I was like, that. I don't like that. So I changed it.
Nice.
What if because you've got that brown and the green going on, you did him up as an old one, a deep one, kind of took him down that path.
Be interesting. That'd be interesting. I could do that.
Yeah.
Need to find some glaze so I can make him look wet.
Yeah. I think that could be neat.
Dragon. I think that could work. I think that could.
You could do some cool gradient on his tail if you wanted to kind of like.
I do have lots of greens.
The tentacles.
No.
Yeah. Also, someone said, Gretchen, your number one tip is glitter.
Every time someone asks me, Gretchen, can I hide your sins in glitter? It's fine. Fine. Dip your mini into a vat of glitter like you are Achilles' mother, dipping him into the river.
And make them immortal. Make your mini immortal with glitter.
It's fine.
But there'll always be that little part. Little part. The glitter didn't reach.
No. That's so funny.
Your sword tip is awfully normal.
There's no glitter on it. Dang it.
That'd be fantastic. Okay. I'm just making sure I have all the base coat of the blue in here. We'll see that in a minute. Oh, in a second. There we go. Got all the blue on there.
Oh, nice for his shield or her shield and
yeah, and for the
make sure the kitten isn't
jacket kind of thing that she has.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back. So there's a lot of at the moment still base coating, and then I've got the little cloak. You can kind of see that she's got that sort of draped over her shoulders there, and it shows sort of pokes out on that side there. So that's the one I'll do when that kind of like a bone tan sort of color.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah.
Very nice.
I think that'd be good.
Very nice. I don't know if you can see mine, but I painted little vines on it. with some yellow flowers. So it's a standing stone that now has a little more decoration.
It's thinking of spring.
Yes.
Thinking
As you try and find your cryptid.
right.
Look this way, past the flowered standing stone. What's that from Dave? Meaning, what's his mini?
Oh, yeah. There we go. This is the it's the female dwarven cleric from WizKids from their Frameworks line. So this is one where I got to clip it out and stick it together, assemble the miniature before I started painting it. She has a variety of different accessories you can use or not use. She doesn't have to have that book.
Yeah, it's funny because honestly, Dave, I didn't even recognize that it was the Frameworks because the one that I gave her, I think she's just holding, like, I think there's one where she's just holding like an axe or something like this.
Okay. Yeah.
I like the book.
Yeah, the book was really cool, but I didn't know how to make that. I also thought it would be kind of funny if she had the book like in this hand.
Right.
Where she's like,
knowledge.
It's just reading to the crowd. It's like
And beat some knowledge into you.
Because like then she could be because is
Follow
she
along
a
in this-
cleric? Like
Yeah.
is she? Yeah, because like then she could kind of be like, I'm reading from the book my spells while fighting you.
it would be the book of her god,
Yeah, exactly.
whoever that might be.
It's on audio.
It's available on audio. She doesn't know that. She doesn't have an.
It's the voice of her god through the book.
Right.
Oh, I like.
could-
Jason has an idea. If I use hot glue, I could make the vines more 3D, which
Ooh.
is actually a really great idea. And maybe I will go back and do that.
Way to go! Don't burn yourself.
Yeah.
There's
I'll burn myself.
I always burn myself with hot glue.
It's like hot glue equals to burn for me.
Yep.
get a set of tongs.
Okay.
Tongs are holding it like that, so that your hand is. Like,
Well, I really just need to like wear gloves or something.
that could work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not latex gloves. Go with the like heavy duty oven mitts.
Yeah, the like heavy, like the actual like work gloves or something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
not the
feel like I wouldn't have enough dexterity and I'd just give up and be like, no. I'm just gonna wear myself. It's fine.
It's
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
all
Yeah.
right. Well, we are coming to the close of our show. Is there anything, Gretchen and Dave, you want to shout out or talk about?
I don't know. I talked about a lot at the start, so Gretchen.
I don't have anything interesting going on in my life.
Okay,
No.
it's all good. Well,
Not right now.
yeah, maybe in the future.
Yes. That would
For
be
those who
good.
are following some of Dave's work, his Kickstarter is now available. Well, is going to be sent out soon. Everything's been starting to be processed for that, and then be sure if you didn't order it throughout the Kickstarter, it will be available at your friendly local game store through Alliance. So make
Yep.
sure you chat
I think
about that with them.
We're aiming for a street date of April 3rd.
Okay, nice.
April 3rd? Question
Question mark.
mark. So yeah, hopefully April 3rd we'll be able to have it all in stores and that sort of thing. I have it.
Awesome. Yeah.
So that's all 3 books. This is in the slipcase that was part of the Kickstarter. So this is not going in stores, but the 3 books inside will be in stores.
Very good. So hopefully next week, thank you all who have been joining, commenting, saying hello. It's always fun to see everybody in chat, what you're all up to. Hopefully next week we will be back in studio, but I'm not holding my breath. So we might join a remote again. But if we do go in studio, we do have some Power Rangers models that we can paint up. I got some of the new like evil character pack. Yeah.
I had to remember what we did.
I think it was
This.
really, yeah.
I can
That's
send you the clip.
Power Rangers. That's all we need to know. Go
That's
Power
true.
Rangers.
Go Power Rangers.
Rangers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the whole show.
I hope it's not. Anyway.
Don't worry. It'll be fine and it'll be fun. And next week we will sing a song together.
It will be the Power Rangers theme tune.
We'll do the Power Rangers theme tune and that'll be it. All right, everybody. Have a good evening. We'll see you all back here next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you have a lovely weekend and good luck painting. Bye.
Bye.